continue to monitor the progress of Dorian as it slowly inches towards the Bahamas and inching closer to the east coast of Florida. But as of 8 a.m. this morning, it has been upgraded to a Category 5 hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour. Very large, very powerful storm about to make landfall across the Abacos. Right now, it is still moving towards the west very slowly, 8 miles per hour, and that's probably why it's had some time to gain strength overnight and into this morning, just sitting over those warm Atlantic waters. It's about 35 miles to the east of Great Abaco Island. Now let's take a closer look at Dorian. You can definitely see a very intact eye wall slowly is trying to make landfall. Some of the outer bands now affecting portions of the Abacos, including Marsh Harbor, Green Turtle, and of course probably beginning to see some of those tropical storm force winds entering the area right now with some bands of rainfall moving through. Now, as far as the latest on Dorian, the forecast track has been very tricky the last few days to continue to keep an eye on it. You can see it's basically included much of Florida for the last few days. So it is expected to continue to push towards the west as a Category 4, Category 5 hurricane with winds in excess of 140 miles per hour through the next couple of days, pushing through Grand Bahama Island as well as we head into the overnight hours and into Monday. Now, South Florida was removed from the cone yesterday, but there are some tropical storm watches that we do need to talk about. This system is expected to shift towards the northwest eventually at some point come the start of the work week on Monday, and then it's going to ride just along the east coast of Florida, possibly bringing heavy rainfall and storm surge not only for the east coast of Florida, but also for the southeastern United States, including areas all the way up into the Carolinas. Tropical storm force winds right now still extending out about 105 miles from the center, so definitely feeling those strong winds right now across portions of the Bahamas. Hurricane force winds extend out 35 miles from the center of the system. So now portions of the Bahamas probably beginning to feel the effects of those hurricane force winds. There are some tropical storm watches in effect for coastal Broward County and for Metro Broward. And the farther north you go, we are seeing those tropical storm warnings. Also, hurricane warnings and watches still in effect for portions of the Bahamas, and that will continue until further notice. Dorian impacts, hurricane force winds, we talked about that. 15 to 20-foot storm surge, swells, especially across those east coast facing beaches, heavy rainfall and flash flooding as well. Locally, temperatures in the upper 70s and the lower 80s, quite warm outside, and we'll see that wind beginning to shift between the west and the northwest as we head into later this afternoon, possibly becoming a bit on the gusty side. And as Dorian slowly approaches the Bahamas, we'll begin to see a few of those showers pushing through, possibly as early as tonight, and you'll definitely notice that breeze beginning to pick up, especially as Dorian continues on its trek towards the west. So tropical storm watch is in effect for coastal waters of Broward County. Winds out of the north-northwest anywhere between 10 and 20 knots, possibly even stronger than that. Advisories could be issued as early as tonight for the marine down into the Keys. Next high tide in Fort Lauderdale will be at 10:24 in the morning. And as far as today is concerned, we'll see those clouds moving in and out. A few downpours, especially as we head into the afternoon. And tonight we'll see those gusty showers pushing through. We'll see a better chance for those gusty showers come Monday to Tuesday. And after that, we'll keep a close eye on Dorian and where it's about. That's your 7 on 7 forecast. 7 News will be right back.